Well, alright, we're recording. Welcome to the Wolcott Project. I'm Alex Curry. Please forgive the background noise. It's gotten hot mighty quick in Texas. So I finally have some stuff coming in. Or it came in, just did. 5 minutes ago or so. And I've been wanting to do this for a while. I thought I would 3D print some things or see if somebody can CNC something, because nothing's out there for what I want to do unless it's insanely expensive for what it is. Or well, it just doesn't exist. Alright, so actually let's use my commonly used hatband. Do I want to do this? Yeah, I could probably get it right back to where it was. If not, well, I guess I'm not that talented. So, my hatband. Hopefully you can make this out. I have horrible lighting, hence the white sheets. To give as much contrast as possible. This is what I call the rattler because it looks like the tail of a rattlesnake. This is only my second time doing this type of work with 550 cord. Well, this is survival cord. It's between 50, well, I'd say 40 something, maybe 50 something feet. It's already quite heavy on top of the head. But what I want to do is create a survival kit on my hatband, because I usually don't go outside without some form of headgear, and I would hope if something bad happened, well, I would have my hat with me, or I would grab my hat before I get out. So, okay, this, as I'm sure the people already subscribe to me know, is just a simple razor blade and a plastic handle. I had to sand it up quite a bit because I did not like the texture. I'm probably going to have to sand it a whole bunch more. But it's alright for now. There's one out there, let's see if I can somewhat draw it, that I really want to get, but it being the price it is, which is about 13 bucks, I don't think that's too bad for what it is. It's just more than what I'm wanting to spend. Let's see. Generally it's going to look like this. That's a bit crooked, but should be able to get the point. Or it generally looks like this. And what it is a box cutter, and the blade's removable. There's things you can put a screw bit in. There's another version, a little more expensive, and on one side it has measurements. And what I like about this for a I need something to cut with situation is, no matter what blade you have, it's going to get dull. But there's a good chance, if it's, you know, the Walking Dead type apocalypse, you'll be able to get a hold of box cutters. Versus something like this, while it's cheaper and probably didn't cost me $2, nothing's replaceable. So if I only have one or two of these, if I lose them, or, well, if I lose this, I guess it's done anyway. But if this blade gets dull, breaks, what have you, well, I'm SOL. So, you know, as always, it's a game of how much weight you're willing to carry. Today, oh, let's get it open. I got these. Now, a bunch of people put these on necklaces of some sort. I am going to try and make a... Shoot, I forget the name. But they go on military Stetsons. There's yellow ones, blue ones. I think Reverends have black ones. Or whoever the religious people are in the military. I forget. And I'm going to try, because this one is what I originally had. I thought it'd be great. Okay, so I have something I can spring a trap or make a trap with. Have a little compass that, you know, well, it's right there. But this compass is unreliable. As you can see right there, I mean, every time you shake it, it gives a different... Oh, I hope you can see. I mean, it's bad lighting. Yeah, that's not... It's pointing this way, generally. That's not north. So, I don't know if it's so small or what. I don't know. Alright. So, I'm going to have to figure out something. So let's start by undoing this. So I came up with a hatband. I'll just leave that in there for now. Because, oh, how much, you know, you're lost, you're SOL. How much 550 cord do you need? You know, I mean, it's... be a long while. I was right. Oh, jeez, that's not wanting to come out. It might be a good long while. I might redo this so I can get more survival cord. Hold on, I need to get a lighter. Note, pause the camera. When you get back, press play. Just a pro tip there. Alright, so here we have this. I don't have a plan exactly. I know what I want in the end result. But I am not quite sure how to execute it. Trying to figure out how to make this smaller real quick. Alright, that's probably as small as I can make this. You know what, I think I'll just, in order to conserve, and maybe I can make more hat bands, I'll just use one for now. I think, let's see. No, that's going to make it go like that, and I want it flat. Oh, cool, I can get it in, but I can't get it out. Ugh. Did that work? No, I think I just figured it out. Alright. Oh boy, this thing is giving me some trouble. You know, I don't know if this is going to be too tight, not tight enough. Oh, don't tell me. I put it through the wrong side. Alright, let me get this fixed up and we'll resume. Alright. Is it working? Yeah, working. Alright, so I fed it through the right side this time. I'm going to feed it back through these holes. I do believe I am getting fairly dehydrated. Not exactly as pretty as I want it. Alright, let's see if it's too small. Oh! I've been wanting to make a video just about this. Alright. So, sort of story time. I do apologize for the length of this video. But, here it is. Okay, so, this is cling gauze, cling wrap. It's basically the same thing they sometimes have in military It's camouflage, it stretches, it goes by a few different names. Okay, so as you can see, this hat, boring, looks stupid, it needs a hatband. Well, I've wanted a snake skin hatband, but I keep forgetting to buy the stuff to make, to cure and process the snake skin. I don't even know if it's still good. I have it 2 snakes sitting in my freezer for, well, there's some Texan accent for you. For, what? Wow, man, it's been some years. It's been some years. I just keep forgetting about it. And then when I remember, it's like, well, all right, I'll get it next month. Well, I'll get it next month. And it keeps happening. But anyway, so I made another one of these. The first one I had, let's see, that lasted me a good 5 years. In fact, it's still good. It's just a little loose. So when my hat blows off my head, it falls on the ground. I sometimes lose it, but luckily I've been able to find it. So the story behind, come up with a cling wrap hatband. I was at the VA ER, kidney stones, a migraine. I think it was kidney stones, right? Real bad. Needed pain medication for it. They gave me morphine, fentanyl, I think it is. I don't know, it's with an F sounding name. Have both of those things coursing through my system, and all it's doing is making me not care about the pain. I still feel it almost as bad as, you know, it was before. Just, I don't care. So I'm in the patient rooms in the VA, and there was a cart full of medical supplies, and on top of it was cling wrap. Well, here I am, bored, in pain, just bored out of my loving mind, and seeing, wait, I need a hatband. So I have 2 choices, purple or tan. Tan's boring. I don't like purple, but it is better than tan. So I make one of these out of the purple. So there I am, I'm making it, right? The nurse comes in to check on me. She sees what I'm doing. She does an about face and leaves. Just like, I'm not getting into that mess. Well, a little while later, she comes back. I'm done. She fills with some things, takes some things, and then she's short. Just the way she does it, I can still see it clearly in my head. She just gently grabs the stuff, takes it, and just walks out like, you know, this is not meant for origami. So why do I still have this even though I now have this? Well, I still need a background for it because it doesn't quite fit too well. And with some of my migraines, every once in a while, those gel pads, they stick to your skin a little bit. There's like Tiger Balm, Salon Paws, a whole bunch of different brands out there. I put it on the back of my head. Well, there's fur there. You know, it doesn't stick for long too well. So what I do is I just wrap this around my head, and it holds it on there. So I think this would be something definitely keep an emergency situation. I mean, you might not be able to hold that on yourself for long. So, yeah. Definitely one of my favorite stories. And while I have a head on my shoulders, I will probably have some version of this hatband on it. Alright, let's see what we have here. Oh, this might just be too small. Alright, let's... Well, it's a good fit now. That's because I just shaved my head. But, yeah, okay, so I need to figure out how to loosen that. Let me see if I can do that and not waste more time. Alright, it fits, so this will work if you have this kind of style hatband. Boy, toasty. And what I would do after this is it's going to have to be another video. I'm not going to make this any freaking longer. Is just this also gives an excuse to have yet even more 550 cord, possibly I guess what you could call a throwaway cord. Yeah, I don't think that would end up looking too bad. And then, you know, somehow I'd have a piece out here like this. You know, something, I guess for this hat it would have to be short. And then there's it's called, I forget, it's called something Turkish knot. The Boy Scouts do it, I guess. I don't remember how to do it. I don't remember how to save it, but I'm sure I could find it. And it'll be like my brain just isn't working. I'm definitely in trouble as far as hydration goes. The little knots on the end of the Stetson, they're yellow, blue for infantry, black for preachers in the military. You know, and it's a knot type deal. But with this, it would go around the 550 cord. It's one of those stupid fidget toys. There's like weights on both ends with 550 cord in the middle, and you just twirl it around. I've wanted to do those, but the light ones cost a boatload. I don't want something heavy. But if you can do something heavy, because a lot of them are copper, steel, I think there's bronze ones as well, maybe brass. I guess you could use that, you know, have that, like, okay, you know you're going to get in a situation, so you have it, you got some style going on, and you could just undo this, and the next thing you know, you have a wig splitter. So, whether I'm going to be productive later today, undo this for now, until I can get more survival cord. Choose a different color of regular 550 cord. I don't know. That remains to be seen. But one last thing. See, I was hoping what these could do was just fit right in my hat like that. But it doesn't work out too well. They're just the slightest too wide. Probably as thick as these walls right here. It's just that much. I thought about buying a bigger ferro rod, but then I looked at the weight, knowing the weight of this. Granted, it's not too much, but even these hat bands, when migraine kicks off, they end up being too heavy. It doesn't work out too well. So, and I've measured it a while ago. I have about a 4-inch space to where it doesn't look ridiculous. So I need a ferro rod that's 4 inches or less, and not too thick. So I've been toying around with some ideas. You know, it was again part of the CNC 3D print something that could hold these. Because there's ones with threads, and not everybody can do threads, right? But most people have some access to 3D printing. Office Depot does it now. I'm sure if you go on Craigslist, you can find somebody. But it's, you know, again, making this super long. I do apologize for that. Something that looks generally like a shot cup. So you have the shock cup flange there. Now, forgive my horrible artistry and putting too many flanges. I'm not really a shotgun guy. I haven't messed with them too much. But anyway, you have the inside of the shock cup like that. And then you see it on the side here. Let's try to make that somewhat believable looking. This is just in case somebody doesn't know what a shock cup looks like. So you generally have something like that, right? Well, the small piece I would have printed or milled, it would have threads. You know, well, we'll do dots here. And this is where the rod would go into. So to have that, then there would be a piece on top of it that screws in and tightens, and it just sandwiches the ferro rod in there. That way you have a little bit more grip. Maybe you can put a little bit of tinder in there, char cloth, what have you. There's not, yeah, I mean, there's ones for threads, but there's not one for this. Smaller or anything. So what could I do? Well, last night I came up with this. So you just take it, just bear with it till the end here. This will be the last little bit. Alright. Now yes, obviously you have spotted the problem. It comes off like that. But to hold this on, if you have, I mean this could, I mean you could do it with these small things if you absolutely have to. But anything that has, you know, all these spaces in here, right? So, well, just imagine that. I'm getting a little frustrated because of the heat, dehydration. Just, if you can, wedge on through there, right? Make a space. Then stick. Come on. Go in the hole. So then you have that. And you just wrap this around again. Get as tight as you can get it. And then you just feed it through the other side. Then you, I mean, you can tie a knot there. You can just fish it around, and that'll be more, I guess, throwaway 550 cord. You know, I'm thinking it's like, okay, you obviously want to conserve your possible life-saving cordage as much as possible. So do you really want to undo this to get maybe a foot of the white filament to tie something down, or more? You know, again, who knows what you will need. But with this, you can undo it, take out the innards, get that for lashings, and then push it right back through. or you could just, I guess, stick it in your pocket. You know, but the point is that you would have, you know, you go out, going out, grab your hat, get lost in the woods. Well, you know, how do you build a fire? So something real quick that is probably a long way away if it's going to happen at all. You got those little Altoid tins, right? So I was thinking of making some version of pockets, right? Real thin material. There's waterproof canvas, super thin. I don't think it's any thicker than some really good sandpaper. And what I'll do is I'll wrap it around, have it snap into place, and there'll be 2 to 3 pockets. I'm thinking 3. And then each one has a snap, right? So you have that. I mean, this is where I want it. Put it where you want. And then you could have maybe a little bit of fishing, some minor first aid, and then you can have some additional fire stuff, be it your tinder, maybe stick another one of these, matches, you know, what have you. And so you have 3 different ones, but it's all right there. I also tried, before I made these, right, I think it's a 2-person job minimum, where you have the hatband. You make your 550 cord deal like this, right? Then you get your Mylar blanket, you get your thin El Cheapo poncho, and a few of those ointment packs, right? You wrap it all together, you saran wrap it, and the reason why I want saran wrap is for sunken chest wounds, you know, and you get that in a long piece. It's real thin, real long, and then you wrap that around, and then you take 550 cord, and then you would wrap it around like that. It can be done. It fits. It only adds that much more. Well, I guess total on both sides, that much more. I don't think it would look ridiculous. And yeah, I think that's it for right now. I definitely need a drink of water. Whew. I appreciate you sticking me around for 30 minutes.